Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So first of all, why am I sitting on my floor? I don't know, I just felt like it. I guess because most of this video is not going to be me talking to the camera like this, so I just figured I would film here. But today's video is going to be me showing you what is on my phone. So I recently got this phone. I got it at like the end of July-ish, so just a couple months ago, and I really like it. It's the Moto Z Squared Play. And I have it through Verizon, but I believe it's available through other carriers as well. And yeah, but since I just got this a few months ago because my old one just stopped working, it just like wouldn't turn on. Oh, well, what am I doing? Anyway, it just like wouldn't turn on anymore, and it was very frustrating to work with because I'd be like in the middle of a call and it would just turn off, and it always glitched and froze and blah blah blah. So I got this new phone and I thought I would show you guys what I keep on it. And yeah, I don't really like Apple or iPhones. I really prefer Android, so that's why I have this. It's through Motorola, and my last one was through Motorola, and I really liked them. I like some of the features they have, so that's why I decided to stick with that. Some of the fun features they have is like, you shake it and the camera turns on. There we go. Or you do this and the flashlight turns on. Just cool features that make it really easy to use. So let's go ahead and get into it and see what I keep on this phone. So here is a more up-close look at my phone. I realize you can totally see the camera in the phone, whatever. But first of all, for the case, I have this case by Aruba, I think it is, and it's just a plain purple case. Nothing super special about it, but you can tell it has these scratches and stuff on it, so luckily those scratches are on my case and not the phone. I also keep this little like pocket thing on the back that's stretchy, and I keep my CSU ID in there just because it's really useful to have with you, especially like when I want to go on the bus or something. I just scan, I put my phone next to the scanner so I can get on the bus because it scans your ID, or I have it if I want to go to the rec center and I need my ID, and just stuff like that. So it's really easy to keep that just right on the back of my phone. Some other quick things about the phone. On the side here, it has the 2 volume controls as well as the power button. And then on the bottom here, it just has a place for your headphones and charging. It takes USB-C. And yeah, that's about it. Motorola has this display that I really like where if it's off and then you swipe your hand over it, it shows you the time and your battery and the date and all that kind of stuff. It's really useful when you just have it like sitting down here and you want to just swipe your hand over it real quick to see all of that stuff. Also down here it has a fingerprint sensor, so I can just use that to quickly unlock my phone. So here is the main layout of my phone. I have everything on one home screen because I don't like having a ton of pages. I like to organize in folders like this. So there's no, well, I guess there's a screen if you swipe to the left where you can see frequently used. Wow, it's all social media, that's sad. And then just things like news and stuff like that. I never really use this page. I basically just keep everything on my home screen here. Up here at the top I have different modes, and I basically just put this here because I had nothing else to put here, and I wanted to kind of fill up the space. So I have like night mode, airplane mode, vibrate, silent, normal, and those are just easy if I want to switch it real quick. I can also see if you swipe down from the top here, you can see from my sound profile app that it is currently on normal, but it'll change to silent at Monday at 10 a.m. because that's when I have class. So I have my class schedule in my phone and it turns to silent during my classes. Up here at the top too, I have a widget that shows the time and the date and the weather. It also shows the battery percentage around it, and it's basically the same thing that you saw before when I swiped my hand over it, but it's also always here on the home screen. Down here on the bottom I have all of my most frequently used apps, which is Facebook and Gmail, Chrome, Messages, and then just like the regular phone calling thing. Which actually I don't even use this like that much because like who uses phones to call people anymore, but it's there anyway. So I'm just going to go through all of my folders here. The first folder is Photos. So in Photos I have my Google Photos app, which is where I keep all of my photos, and that's just useful because it keeps it all in internet space on Google so that it doesn't have to take up a whole bunch of storage on your phone. And then I have my camera app in there too, but I hardly ever click on that. I always just shake my phone to open the camera. And then here I have this photo editor, which I don't use very much, but I guess I can if I want to. The last picture that I have here that it's asking me if I want to edit is a picture of a Totoro nightlight. I thought it looked pretty cool. But yeah, you can just go in here and edit photos. Again, I don't use it that much unless I want to like do a collage or something, or edit something more than just how Instagram or something would do it. My next folder here is my utilities folder. So it pretty much just has things that like come with the phone, like calendar, clock, Google Maps, calculator, contacts. Some extra things I have is Google Earth, which I love. Oh my gosh. If you guys do not have Google Earth, you have to get it. It is so cool, especially with their new 3D feature. Where am I? Where is this? West High School? What is West High School? Temple School? Oh, am I in Salt Lake City? Ah, I'm in Salt Lake City. Okay, well let's just zoom in somewhere random. Sure, let's go into Salt Lake City. So if you go into Salt Lake City and hit the 3D feature, it makes everything 3D. Like, okay, wait for it to load and then look at these mountains. Isn't this so cool? Like the buildings are 3D, the mountains are 3D. Look at this. Are you seeing this right now? How cool is this? Let's see if I can go over to the temple, because the temple in Salt Lake City is pretty dang awesome. Here's downtown Salt Lake City. The temple is over here. Here's the convention center where I was. Like, isn't this just so cool, this 3D feature? You can basically like fly around anywhere in the world. Like, look at these mountains. Okay, I guess you could say I'm like a little bit obsessed with Google Earth, but I just think that this is so cool. I could spend hours on this. So I highly recommend this app. I also have things in this folder like the Google Play Store, Google Translate, and the Twilight app that will make my whole screen a little bit more red. So like when I go to night, I might use it some. I actually have it here all the time and I can run it. It's set to run after a certain time, but it'll dim your screen and make it red and stuff like that, so that when you're trying to fall asleep, it makes it a lot easier because you're not staring at a super bright screen. Next, I have a weather folder where I just have NOAA weather radar and then weather underground. I like to use this app a lot. Oh, it stopped. Okay. I don't know what's happening. But it's just a nice app. It shows you, man, today was a cold day. It really was. But at least it's supposed to get warmer throughout the week. It shows you temperature, rain, you know, things that normal weather apps show you. This next folder is my school folder, which I actually just showed you guys in my top 10 school essentials video, so I won't really go through all of this again, but it basically just has school apps. I think Quizlet's really useful, so is Khan Academy. Wabatomo is cool because it'll give you a calculator. Yeah, just basic school stuff. The next folder is my music folder, so I have Spotify. I do have a Spotify student account. I really like it because I can play so many different things. A lot of what I listen to is like Lindsey Sterling and basically these playlists that people have already made. So like I like to listen to this one when I'm working out, or like songs to sing to in the car, the Piano Guys, Pentatonic, stuff like that. Just things that are upbeat, and usually most of these are playlists that people have already made, and then I can just go download them and listen to them whenever I want, and I have a ton of songs. I also have Power Amp, which is the music app that I used to use until I got Spotify, and it just has all my MP3 songs and stuff on it, but since I got Spotify, I've never really used it. I also have a metronome app because I'm a music nerd. And basically you can just change the tempo and stuff, and it's basically just an app for a metronome. I also have Fretter Life. My dad introduced me to this. I don't need it that much because I don't play like guitar or anything, but I would like to get into ukulele, so maybe if I get a ukulele I'd like to use this, and it can help me make different chords. Over here I have my games folder, which I honestly don't use that much. I never really play games on my phone. I used to play Peggle a lot on my old phone, but I haven't really that much yet. Mario Run I played once and then was like, this is kind of stupid.
Piano tiles I got pretty good at for a while. Flow and Geometry Dash. I used to play those again like on my old phone, but I haven't played them on this phone yet. But I have them just in case I want them if I'm like really bored. Here I have this extra folder which just has random things that don't really fit anywhere else. I have my Kindle app and my Audible app. I also have this Color Note app, which is really cool. Basically, you can just make notes to yourself. Like I always write down my grocery list and stuff like that in there so that I always have it with me. I have Kitco Live so I can check out the price of gold and silver. I have a password keeper, and I have my First National Bank Colorado app. In this folder I keep health related things, so I have my Fitness Pal, which I use sometimes. I have my Pebble, which goes with my smartwatch here. So I can use this to track like all of my steps and stuff like that, and it syncs up with my Pebble, where I can look at my sleep and all of that kind of stuff. I also have this Sleep by Android app, which is really nice because I like to measure my sleep every night and just like get advice on when I should be going to bed, and I like to look at like my sleep cycles and stuff. And it also connects with my smartwatch and stuff so that I can see how much I've been sleeping and all of my sleep cycles and all of that. It's really cool. Also in this folder I have Clue and Google Fit, which I use sometimes to track my runs, and 30 Day Fitness, which kind of just gives you some like little exercises that you can do. Like I can do them in my apartment or stuff like that, and it basically just says like, do 30 like crunches, now do 10 jumping jacks, now do blah blah blah. And so it kind of just gives me things to do if I want to do a small workout in my apartment. Next is my social folder, which is probably what I use the most. I have Facebook Messenger, Instagram, Twitter, Skype, Pinterest, and Snapchat. I never really use Facebook Messenger, Skype, or Pinterest, but I do use Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat quite a bit, or I at least follow people on it quite a bit. So if you want to follow me, my username on all of those is @ztaux, ZTAUXE. And lastly right here, I've got my video folder, and that's where I've got YouTube and YouTube Studio, where I can manage my channel, Netflix, and Hulu. And I did recently get Hulu because a Hulu subscription comes with my $5 a month Spotify subscription, so may as well get both, right? If I swipe up here, you can see a few more apps that like are things that I don't really use. So like Bitmoji wasn't there because I don't use it often, but I still have it. Other things like Verizon apps and Google Docs, things that I don't use very much but I still have, I just keep here. So yeah, that is everything on my Motorola Z² Play.
Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I keep on my phone. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and if you want to stick around, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!